Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. I needed to make this video because I'm just going to be honest with y'all to a certain degree. Some of you Michael Jordan apologists get on my fucking nerve. I mean, could y'all please take Michael Jordan's nuts out your mouth? Some of y'all niggas act like Michael Jordan can never do no wrong. Some of y'all act like everything that come out of Michael Jordan's mouth is the absolute 100% truth. So y'all think y'all think MJ don't lie? Y'all think MJ ain't never told a lie in his life? Are y'all that damn naive? Are y'all that blinded by whatever Michael Jordan says is the truth? I'm not one of these niggas. When I hear somebody talk, I just be like, oh my God, wow, wow. Nah, don't think so. I'll look at it, I'll evaluate it, and I'll get my opinion of it. I'm not mesmerized by some dude on TV. Like I said, Michael Jordan was an extraordinary, amazing basketball player. I mean, he was, like I said, to see him play, it was a thing of beauty. Cannot take that away from him. Like I said, now this whole GOAT discussion thing is debatable. It's very debatable. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't have to say that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. Who the fuck are you guys to tell me that I have to say Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time? Just like who the fuck is you to tell me that I have to say Eminem is the greatest rapper of all time? Who the fuck is you to tell me that I have to say Muhammad Ali is the greatest boxer of all time? I'm entitled to my fucking opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but who the fuck are you to tell me that I'm wrong for saying it? So, I need to talk about this. This particular subject has bothered me for years. For years. Because I remember this, I didn't like it. I remember my uncle, he used to love the NBA. And he really stopped following the NBA after this was done. And I want to talk about this Craig Hodges situation because at the end of the day, once and for all, Stephen A. Smith can't brainwash me. He can't brainwash me into thinking that, whatever Michael Jordan had to say about the situation is the truth. Because I'm gonna tell you something. This is bullshit. When Michael Jordan say that it was nothing he could have did for Craig Hodges, oh, that's a fucking lie. If he had say so on who was on the dream team, they asked him and he had to approve the final roster. You mean to tell me he couldn't get Craig Hodges a job, or at least get him signed somewhere else, or at least get him another 1 year deal with the Bulls? Bullshit. Stephen A. Smith is a fucking liar. Oh, well, it wasn't nothing that Michael Jordan could do because at the time they was just trying to elevate him to. Man, shut the fuck up, nigga. Stop it. Who the fuck do you think you talking to? Y'all have to really pay close attention to what dudes like Stephen A. Smith says. He always tells on himself after a while. He always exposes himself. Okay? Michael Jordan could have got him a job if he wanted to. He could have got him another job. He just chose not to. And like I said, that's one of the biggest problems that I have and a lot of people had with Michael Jordan, because when it came to these type of situations, he was just too quiet for certain people or some people's taste. Like I said, I respect the man. I respect what Michael Jordan did, but it doesn't mean that I can't criticize him and speak on some of the bad shit he did. Now, as far as David Stern go, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, and I'm finna expose David Stern because at the end of the day, I wasn't a David Stern guy, and anybody that knows me know I did not care for David Stern because I thought he was a dictator, And I thought he was a suspect racist. Okay. I think he saw a lot of them black dudes as what Brian Gumble said. I think a lot of times David Stern thought people came to see his old ass. Because I think he spent too much time in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? He spent too much time looking for camera time. He wanted people to know who was in charge, and he wanted that, like Brian Gumble said, he did come across as you know, as the character Don Johnson played on Django. He just came across as that type of dude. David Stern rubbed me the wrong way. And now, when it came to this Craig Hodges thing, that Daishiki thing was a big deal. And I think it's a damn shame that he got ostracized out the league because he wore a fucking Daishiki. Which this is a problem that a lot of, people have now. You're not allowed to appreciate your blackness. If you are proud black man, all of a sudden it means that you're some kind of radical and all that type of shit. And I don't think the Muslim thing was that. I don't think that was the sole reason, but it was the daishiki. And for David Stern to sit up there and say that he didn't have a problem with it, David Stern is a fucking lie. And he thought, I know David Stern ain't here, but I don't give a shit. Because I know David Stern is a fucking lie, and he was in on it too. And if David Stern was still here, I would have told him right to his fucking face that you had something to do with Craig Hodges not getting another job. And let me tell you how I know that that's a fucking lie. Well, if David Stern didn't have an issue with attire or how people dress, then why did he come up with a dress code? If clothes wasn't such a big deal, why did he come up with a dress code then? Which that nobody don't give a shit about now. Why was the need for a dress code? I never saw any NBA player come in there in a khaki suit with a red rag in his, you know what I'm saying, right pocket, or a blue rag in his left pocket. So, what was the need for the dress code? But once again, he was just being a dictator. And I do put emphasis on that word dick, because he was that too. Among other things I heard about David Stern, but we ain't gonna go into that. We gonna leave that alone. But this Craig Hodges thing and Michael Jordan acting like he couldn't have did nothing, that's a fucking lie. Michael Jordan could have did something for Craig Hodges. He just chose not to. And he act like a complete fucking coward. And that's all Michael Jordan was doing. He was being a complete fucking coward. And let's just face the fact about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan at times, he was a fucking coward. We need to just be honest. And you Michael Jordan nut huggers, don't come here saying Michael Jordan didn't have an obligation. He didn't have to speak on issues in the community. Well, we was buying his fucking shoes. We made Michael Jordan a billionaire. Buying his shoes. Our parents struggling to buy them fucking shoes. You know what I'm saying? Giving him free publicity and rap songs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because keep in mind, a lot of these swagger jackers see what we wear and see what we talk about in our songs, then they go copy off of us. So like I said, you could save that shit. And I just got to say this about Michael Jordan. When it came to certain situations, he just was a fucking coward. He was scared to risk it. Okay, you just wanted to play basketball. Like I said, we never asked Michael Jordan to be Malcolm X. We never asked that of him. Like everybody said, hey man, you have a platform, man. You can speak out every once in a while. Nigga said nothing about nothing. He had the spotlight all to himself. I think if he would have been, it's a way you can express yourself, you know what I'm saying, without so-called rocking the boat. But this got to be said about Michael Jordan. To a certain degree, he just was a fucking coward. Just got to be said. Like I said, I ain't worried about none of you motherfucking Michael Jordan apologists, nut huggers being mad about this video because it's the honest to God truth. Somebody got to say it. And that's why to this day, as Deontay Wilder would say, certain people have an issue with Michael Jordan. Now, has Michael Jordan spoke a little bit more than what he did when he was playing? Yeah. Some people feel like that's not good enough. The same way Michael Jordan made a lot of money, we helped get him there. But I done made money off Michael Jordan shoes, reselling the shoes and all that type of shit. Yeah, I'll buy his shit. I'll buy his shit. Everybody knows that. But that don't mean I can't criticize him. I'm just being honest. He could have helped Craig Hodges. He just chose not to. Like I said, if he had final say who was on the fucking dream team, he could have made a phone call and said, hey, it's time to get Craig back in the league. And like I said, David Stern a fucking liar. You know, he is straight up liar. I was not a David Stern fan. I was not a David Stern fan. Couldn't stand the dude. Because like I said, he thought people came to see his ass. And they didn't. And he always wanted to try to find some way to let people know he was the commissioner. You know. So, that's all I have to say about that. This is your boy Town Biz. I'm out.